Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about relationships again, and specifically I want to talk about a topic that specifically I teach, something that I teach and something that I have the pleasure to discuss a lot when it comes to a lot of the life skills and soft skills and life coaching groups that I get to do almost on a weekly basis, almost every week. And one of those topics, it has to do with when do you know a relationship is over? So when do you know that the relationship is done, that's it? When do you know it's time to cut your losses, so to speak, and to go your way? It's a real tricky situation, and it really depends. First of all, obviously, one of my favorite words is context. Context matters. What is the context of the situation? And depending on the context of the situation, and in this instance, we've got to take who are the people involved in the relationship and where is the relationship? At what point do these people feel, how do they feel the relationship growing or dying? How do they identify different important factors in that relationship, such as trust and honesty and loyalty? How are they identifying those factors? Are those factors still present in the relationship, or have those factors just kind of dissipated? They're non-existent. And if you don't have loyalty, if you don't have trust in a relationship, if those factors have somewhat disappeared from the relationship, if they're not things that are no longer important in the relationship, then essentially the relationship is probably dead. But everyone has to make that decision, when is enough enough? When is enough too much? When have you gotten to the point where you realize that, nothing good is going to come from this, right? Absolutely good is going to come from the relationship anymore. And you find yourself feeling more pain. You find yourself crying more or being more sad than happy or excited by being in the presence of this person. So if the presence of the person that you're with brings you more pain, brings you more tears, does not bring you joy or happiness, you're not excited to be around that person, their very presence makes you feel anxious, anxiety, and uneasiness, and you just don't feel the passion that you had for them anymore. It's more arguing about small things than than having a discussion about things that excites you. Then it's probably time for you to go your separate way. The relationship is probably over. When someone doesn't excite you anymore, when someone makes you cry, when someone makes you unhappy, when being around them feels like a chore, and doing things with them feels like a chore, there's no excitement in spending time with the person, then that relationship is probably ran its course. Sometimes it's difficult for people to get out of relationships, and it's difficult because they have been with this person for so long. This is all that they know. They feel like they wouldn't know how to survive without the existence of this person in their life, without the presence of this person in their life. And what has happened is, if this is you have become so dependent, not interdependent, but codependent. You have become so dependent on someone that you just cannot realize or imagine an existence without this person in your life. You can't see how life could be without this person in your life. And that's when you've become way too codependent on someone. Relationships are not supposed to be codependency, right? Not supposed to be codependent. They're supposed to be interdependent, which means that we rely on each other, not I am going to die if I don't have you in my life. That's just putting too much and giving too much weight to another person in your life. And that's why it's so difficult for some people to leave, because they become so codependent. And so even though the signs are there, Maya Angelou loved to say, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. And a lot of times the signs are there. It's clear that it's over. You're unhappy, you're miserable, you're sad, but you're not leaving. Because in a strange way, it's crazy, but sometimes people get comfortable in their own misery. It happens. People get comfortable in their own misery, or they're embarrassed. They don't want people to know that the relationship is over. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I can't let people know. So you're so embarrassed that you're willing to live in your unhappiness. That's not something you ever want to do. You're so embarrassed that you want to live in your unhappiness. Do you really want to live in your unhappiness because you so care about what other people think? Or do you want to be able to move on beyond that relationship and find what might now be true happiness for you, right? True happiness for you. So when is the time to leave? When you are unhappy. When you just believe within you, like there's no turning around in that relationship. When days that are supposed to bring happiness bring sadness, you should go. When things happen that are supposed to prompt memories that make you smile and bring joy, but instead it brings sadness, then you're supposed to go. That's when you know the relationship is over. When you look at the person and you don't see and feel what you used to see and feel anymore, then you know the relationship is over. Leave your thoughts. Please leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and share. Trying to grow the channel, as you know, so please share the videos. Please watch the whole video. Share with anyone who you think might be interested, and leave your comments. I would love to hear your thoughts on when do you know, as far as when a relationship should be over. Until the next time, peace and be safe.